Actually, this one is a bit different because it's an outdoor model. Uh, Often that'll mean you will see more other rooms because, well, if you're making an open plane and there is very little that is obscuring the view, then you can see a lot, of course. But here you're in the canyon, and then you can see if I'm standing in A, well, yeah, I can see a bit of B, and I can see the sky. Well, the sky is not here really for the moment, but it's out there. If I go to what is up B, this B is this little open place here. I can look in that canyon, and I can look in that canyon, and I can look back to where I came from, and I can of course look up to the sky. So you have a bit of thinking to do about how you want to slice up your model. You'll soon see you'll end up with a lot of parts that you can walk in, and then you have to check out what can I see from one port to another. So that's what the Viz file is all about. So if you're in port D, you can see A, B, H. That's it. So that's what those two files are about. Now, of course, now we have to set up the three other important bits, and those are the .r, .git, and module. Now, the module point info file, you never have to rename that one. It always stays with this name. Each module file is the same. It always has a module point info. Don't rename it. In fact, there are only two things we really have to set. That's here in mod area list, and then area name. You have to put in, well, the name of your area, and for me that is Caravan Quanon 200. We scroll all the way down, and then we have the mod tag. This has more to do about scripting and stuff, so it's more easy to link scripts to certain areas and such, and I think even to use the warp cheat. It's been a while since I've messed around in these. And as you can see, you just have to file in again the name of your area, KOQ200. And there is one other thing you can play around with. That's the mod entry. You have the three coordinates, X, Y, and Z. And I've made my life easy, and I make sure when I spawn my character and hits party at 000, I will be in the area. It could be different. I don't know, if you're in a base and you've been captured and you're in prison, then perhaps 0, that point in space could be the exit, so you don't want to start there, else the escape would be really short. Anyway, with those three, you can set where your player will start in the area, and that's okay at 000 for me. So that's the module info file, just very basic and quickly. The other stuff I ignore. I would suggest you look up some other tutorials, and maybe they'll give you more info about all the other junk in here. Next up, I'll open up the .r file. Again, there isn't that much. You can set up your minimap. If you use this one, the name is more or less what you will see if you use the where am I cheat, and then it will say Caravan Expanded Canyon, and then you know, oh, I'm in that module. And then, a bit just like the layout file, you have a list of all the rooms the area is made of. So again, I have 10, so you need 10 structures, these 10 structs, and each time you have to mention, and this is important, the other bits you can leave as is, and you just have to file in the name of each model part. So we have part 01A, 01B, 01C, all the way down to L. That's important. Those are there, else you'll spawn and you'll see nothing. You'll be in the black because the game doesn't know what do I have to use and where it is and this and that. And then there are some other funny things you can play with: the fogs in the area, the color of the fog. Another important bit is the sun ambient and sun diffuse. Um, you have to give that a value because often if you don't fill it in, again, you'll be standing in your model but you won't be able to see it because there is no light. And to give some light, you have to fill in a wonky value, and at the moment it's at well, a whack high value. I see 9157628, and I have no idea what it corresponds with. Though thankfully, Glove Master, the genius he is, has made me a wee fun little program that's called RGB Calculator. And what is this program about? Well, the color game uses another method of uh, what the colors should be, and it goes from, normally you would expect a value for red, green and blue to make up your color, and but the color games does it in 3 bytes values or something, and it gives you this whack code, and we'll just fill in the code, and then you can see this code means I actually have some sort of orangey color. Great. So what if I want to have a bright blue sun color? Well, we have here bright blue. We pick it, and this little program will calculate the value I need to put in my .r file. So whenever you want to do with your sun, these two values, the ambient and the diffuse, you have to fill in. If you need a value, a nice value, and you want to have something very wacky, a purple, fuchsia, crazy, super bright pinky, I don't know, Barbie pink, you can have it. Just use the RGB calculator from Glovemaster. It's always available on HoloOne Laboratories, or you just can PM me and I'll send you it. And then you can calculate the value of any color you want, and you just have to copy it and paste it in the .r file. And as the last bit in the .r file, you have to fill in another tag. It's way down here. It's just filling in the name of your area, and that's about it. Yeah. The important bit of the .r file is the long list of each part of the module it's made of. So you have to have the rooms just like the layout file. And you can see it's a pretty long list because I have 10 rooms. Okay. And now we have to look up what's the deal about the .git file. Not much, as actually the .git is the file that handles triggers, scripts, the little crates you can place, you can open boxes, caskets, I don't know, encounters if you want to spawn enemies, you have to fight, some cameras even if you want to do cutscenes, what sort of music will be playing in your area. Just whenever you make an area, make sure you have a .git file. Now, these two, they just go to the override folder. These three, you have to create a module file. And I like to use Earth Editor to create my module files. It's really easy to use. You just click New, you set module file. Then you have to make sure you're in LucasArts, the Culture Game folder, and then you go to the modules folder, and then you type in the name of your module, KOQ 200. I already have one, and I'll just do it a little bit special. I'll add in T for tutorial. Then you have here this button, and this says add resources. Ha! Then I go to my desktop, and I have the 3 files ready. Where are they? It's a little bit of a mess. The .git, the .r, and then the module point info open. And then you just say save. Voila, your module file is made. Now you might be wondering, where the hell did he get his .git.r and module file? Well, easy peasy. The Earth editor comes to the rescue again. And the game doesn't use module files, it uses RIM files. Those are a little bit different, but actually they sort of do exactly the same. They create modules, and the .rim files include some extra information like certain sound files, I think, and scripts. Instead of putting scripts in the override, they're already included with the module. Sort of a cleaner way of doing things, but I'm just going to show you how you can get your 3 files here. So we'll just open something from Tatooine. Ha! And then you see here these 3 files. You just go with Control, select them all 3. You click this little button here at the top, extract, and then you can choose any place on your PC where you want them. Just take my desktop, okay. And instantly I have 3 files that I can edit with KGFF. You see that I use a lot of little tools, separate tools. In fact, you can practically do it all with Coder tool as well. You don't need all those extra little tools like Earth Editor and KGFF. I just prefer using these separate tools as they are somehow a bit easier to use, in my honest opinion. Not really important, but well, you can choose what you do. Then in fact, okay, you have here a file from Tatooine now, and of course it doesn't make much sense. You just have to change some values like that. Voila. We change it. And of course, this file only has 5 rooms, and I had 10. Well, what you do is, you right click on this struct, you copy, then you paste struct. So you click on that, and then right paste struct, and voila. You can add as many rooms as you want, and then you can change this value. Will change automatically. In fact, each time you paste a new one, it will go one up until you have 10, and then you just edit it to match your rooms. Voila. That's how you go about it. And just to have some fun, we'll try and do a small test run in the game. Let's see how it goes. Yes. Hopefully it doesn't crash, cause the game loves to crash. Ooh. That's loud. We have to wait a bit. Exciting, exciting. We go to load game, load. I just pick, well, I don't have a lot of save files anymore. And then we use the cheats. We do warp KOQ 200. And there we go. And voila. And then we can walk about our area. La 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 la. And that works great. Ah, there's some loud noises here. Okay, well, that just shows how it goes for Walkmeshes and all the files involved. Back that up. Well, I hope this last bit wasn't too dry and it was a bit useful. Well, see you around for some other tutorials. Yoink!